Previously on the Acolyte.
You do not want to go down this road.
Because you have been down there, Neo. You know that road.
Frozen meets Kill Bill. I'm curious what that means. Can we elaborate? Are we getting a musical?
You're not getting a musical.
You ever seen a grown man naked?
Don't panic. On the belt line of the automatic pipe, there is a hollow tube. Pull it out and blow on.
Is it really you?
Hello, motherfucker.
Come play with us, Daddy.
I didn't do it!
I don't care!
I don't like sand. It's coarse, rough, and irritating, and it gets everywhere.
Pocket sand!
Nerdrotic.com.
Greetings, you over 1 million awakening wonders and the 40% who haven't subscribed yet. I have a question for you all. How do you kill something that's already dead? Well, between Disney Doctor Who and Disney Star Wars, it's a race to find out. I would argue Disney Doctor Who was ahead until the release of the infamous Acolyte Episode 3. We were warned this episode would break Star Wars. It would have major ramifications on the Force and destroy some more of George Lucas's lore, which it did. What we weren't warned about was this is the worst single episode of anything Disney Star Wars ever, including Boba Fett and Ahsoka. And it's the perfect representation of the meme. Our expectations were low, but holy So kiss your loved ones, grab a helmet, and if you're a dude, put on a cup, because we're going to talk about the Acolyte. Now, after the thrilling and engaging first two episodes where Carrie-Anne Moss Mothma was dispatched in under 5 minutes with a kitchen knife, which sets off a murder mystery featuring two identical twins, May and Osha, who have been separated for 16 years but still managed to have the same hairstyle. They are pursued by the guy from Squid Game and some incompetent Jedi, including X-23, Maurice Gibb, and Jedediah Beatties.
Anger is not the way of the Jedi.
You okay?
So after getting to know Osha and May, identical twins played by Amandla Stenberg the exact same way without changing her facial expression, it's time to spend the entire episode 3 of an 8 roughly half-hour each episode series with a flashback that she's not even in. We start out 16 years earlier on the planet Brendok with young May and Osha, who are played by sisters who will eventually grow up to be identical.
We're twins.
And they live in hiding in a giant stone structure on top of a mountain run by an all-female coven of witches.
What could possibly go wrong?
And this all-female coven filled with just a few dozen people must have accomplished architects, engineers, and stonemasons. Did they just run across this fully operational stone structure base on the top of a mountain, considering they mentioned they only recently arrived at the planet?
Any sign of the visiting Jedi?
None. Our scouts think they've moved their ship inland.
I told you this planet would be safe haven for our coven.
Don't know, but that's the least of this show's problems. Immediately, we learn that young May wants to become a witch, and young Osha does not, as they prepare for their ascension into the all-female coven of indoctrinators. Admittedly, on brand for Disney. And Leslie Headland doesn't waste any time taking George Lucas's lore into Harvey's office, because this all-female coven of witches that's totally not the Night Sisters wields the power of not the Force, the thread.
The what now?
I know you remember Yoda's speech from The Empire Strikes Back describing the Force.
For my ally is the Force, and a powerful ally it is. Life creates it, makes it grow. Its energy surrounds us and binds us. Luminous beings are we, not this crude matter.
It appears it needed to be updated for a modern audience.
All living things are connected by the same thread. A thread woven through all of existence. Some call it a force and claim to use it. But we know the thread is not a power you wield. Pull the thread, change everything. It ties you to your destiny. It binds you to others.
And right after Mother Anastasia says that the thread is not a power you wield, she wields the power.
Hadouken!
Now, apparently the thread is some gobbledygook having to do with the power of one or two or many, and Mother Anastasia demonstrates this by showing the power of one, which is force pushing one woman, or showing the power of two, which is force pushing two women, and I'm guessing the power of many is pushing many women.
All I know is that dyke can play.
And after one of the girls' mothers, Mother Anastasia, pushes them to the ground to where they almost hit their head on the steps, the other mother, Coral, hears a noise from the computer room. Is it the Jedi they've already acknowledged they know is on the planet, or is it a computer malfunction because they have no men for IT?
Hello, sir. Good afternoon, sir. How are you doing? You're having problem with your computer.
And after another scene about the two girls arguing about the Ascension, Mother Anastasia explains what it is.
Ascension is about walking through fear. It is about sacrificing a part of yourself, the power of many, instead of the power of one.
No offense, but it sounds like some commie gobbledygook.
Then we get a heavy dose of modernity.
The galaxy is not a place that welcomes women like us.
Yes, the message is strong with this one, and we're just getting started. And just in case you weren't convinced in the previous two scenes that Osha doesn't want to become a witch and May does, they show you again. And this is where we find out this very peaceful all-female covenant of witches is hunted and persecuted by who? The Republic? The Jedi?
Tonight we enact a ceremony we have not performed since our exile. We were hunted, persecuted, forced into hiding, all because some would consider our power dark, unnatural. We were on the brink of extinction.
What the hell was that? And if that wasn't bad enough, we've finally arrived to the cringe part. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Disney Star Wars.
Power of one, the power of two, the power of many. The power of one, the power of two, the power of many.
You know, I've seen something like this before. So the Ascension ceremony starts, and May is imbued with the purple ball of energy force of the thread, but then they are interrupted by the Jedi before Osha could get her purple ball of energy force of the thread. And I would be remiss if I didn't point out something historic just happened. From the time the title card hit after Soul's very brief appearance spying on the children in the beginning of the episode, 13 minutes and 13 seconds passed without a man being on screen.
Yes, yes.
Pretty easy to figure out when you're watching a good show. It's got a world you buy into. You generally know where you are in that world. You know how much time has passed. Characters you're invested in, being consistent and making logical decisions. Everything the Acolyte isn't. So this is the point where things make even less sense. The Jedi claim they thought the planet was uninhabited despite breaking into a fortress. They also claim that they're not there to steal children.
The Jedi do not take children.
Do you speak any English?
Then Obi-Wan Trinity states you cannot deny a Jedi testing future Padawans, except when you can.
With your permission, of course.
But here comes the big one. You thought Anakin Skywalker was special with his immaculate midichlorian conception? Haha, that's nothing.
Where is their father?
They have no father.
And later we find out why.
I carried them.
I created them.
You heard that right. Two women through the power of the the thread conceived twin girls.
Hello, Masha. Hallo Fascha, Mascha Ruten, wie ist der Mascha, in der Fascha, wie ist der Mascha.
And you would think with an entire episode that's a flashback that you get some context as to why May wants to kill the 4 Jedi. And I guess in a way you do. This episode confirms that the Jedi are complete idiots and that they're there to steal children. Other than that, everything goes down the way they said in the first 2 episodes. Osha and May are tested. May fakes her test. Osha doesn't because she wants to become a Jedi. May feels betrayed and wants to keep her sister there by killing her.
It's not up to you. You can't stop me. Yes, I can. How? I'll kill you.
Boy, that escalated quickly.
Then May sets a fire that spreads rapidly in the stone structure. It blows up the giant computer banks, I'm not really sure what they were, that may or may not have been sabotaged. The guy from Squid Game manages to save Osha, but he's unable to save May, who falls off a bridge, and he never bothers to check on the body. And the entire all-female coven of witches is killed in the incredibly fast-spreading fire in a stone structure. Too bad there weren't any men around to set up any fire safety protocols. The incompetent Jedi end up getting one of the two children they were going to steal, and we find out that May is indeed alive, something we knew because we saw her in the first 2 episodes. Lesbian conception, the Force is now a thread, which gives credence to the Acolyte poster memes. Sounds like modern Lucasfilm. Yep, that was the worst episode of Disney Star Wars on D+. Is it the worst series? Time will tell. This is how creativity dies, to thunderous apathy. 20 years ago, if you told me that people would not only hate Star Wars, which is still a form of caring, they would move into not caring, I would have thought you were crazy. But here we are. As the Acolyte is currently sitting at a 24% audience score, the lowest rated live-action Star Wars ever, according to Inverse. Well, it's not Disney's fault. The Acolyte isn't ruining Star Wars. You are.
Oh, f*** off.
Last time I checked, my name wasn't in the credits. Was yours? Many have said it before, and I'll say it again as it was reiterated by The Wrap just today. Star Wars was a male brand everyone could enjoy, mutated into a female brand no one can enjoy. So as the House of Mouse simultaneously flushes 2 beloved franchises, Doctor Who and Star Wars, down the bottomless toilet, one thing is abundantly clear. Everyone hates the Acolyte and Disney hates Star Wars. If you like what you heard, please like, share, and subscribe. If you didn't like what you heard, I thank you for listening this long. I will see you in the next video.
Nerdrotic.com. Please subscribe.